You're watching Urban TV.
Welcome back, Gaetano. I saw your hand. I saw your hand clearly. Shia, really? That's not fair.
You're the person who said good evening on the show instead of good morning.
Well, clearly it's a public holiday and I'm still sleeping.
Okay.
What do you expect me to do? When people are at home sleeping and I'm here, it's still the evening. It has just started. Besides, inside here doesn't look like day or evening. Well, right before we went for the break, we were talking about land grabbers targeting Kampala schools, and now the executive director of KCCA, Jennifer Musisi, has listed over 10 schools that are being targeted by different land grabbers and so-called investors. If you remember the Nabagereka school that was destroyed of recent,
my friend,
and then Shimoni demonstration school.
Schools are basically an endangered species.
Yes.
That's what I want to say.
Actually, I don't want to right now I should say they are a protected species. Exactly, they are a protected species, and if they're a drug, they would be a controlled drug by the federal government. Really? Why would you destroy a school?
Because
of
we can.
All land you want to invest on school land, why
Because
don't you
we
go
can.
to Namamve?
Because you can. Let's move on. Let's move on. Page number 8 of the new vision we have. Oldest soldier retires from UPDF.
Do you know how bad I feel about this guy?
After 6 failed attempts to retire from the army, this man is 88 years old. Samuel Loboro has finally been discharged. He joined as a private, the lowest rank in the army, and has retired at the same rank.
Oh, Allah. He joined in which year?
1965.
Up to now, how old is that?
He's now 88. He retired at 88.
That means that, no. That means he has spent about 50 years in the forces and come out as a private.
No movement, no up,
nothing.
no down.
He was a private the entire time.
But you know what? This is a person who is at least constant. He did his job, and came out.
What I'm talking about is not even at least Lance Corporal, just 1V. 1V.
Nothing. Zero.
Oh my God.
Nothing.
Oh my God.
On page number 14, if you go on to the international news, of course, you got stories over there of the mass Al-Shabaab attack in Kenya that killed 147. And you can read more about that. I think there's a timeline of the different attacks that have taken place
by Al-Shabaab. Yeah, because
so there's
we
a
have in
timeline
Kampala, we have in Mogadishu, we have the Westgate shopping mall in Nairobi, and then we have the one in Djibouti near the restaurant. Then we have one also in the Kenyan town of Mpeketoni, and so on. In Mandera also we have that. Mandera actually has had two. One at the Stone Quarry, and then another one was just outside Mandera town.
Here's a news bite for you. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta said the recruitment of 10,000 new police officers would be speeded up after Somali Islamist gunmen attacked the campus, university campus. So that story is
You know what I
still
always
ongoing.
think about is the world is so developed, but people cannot think about simple things like creating a sleeping bomb. You know what a sleeping bomb is? You just create a bomb with gas that makes you to sleep off. You just go where you think the Al-Shabaab guys are, drop it, everyone sleeps off. You pick your guys.
That's a very good idea. Like
yeah,
that.
you just pick your guys out and say, okay, when the rest wake up, they can go home. It's fine.
Get this on page number 33. It is Easter, people. And if you don't know what Holy Communion is, then take a look at page number 3. Clergy explain Holy Communion.
Holy Communion is a symbol of the last meal that Jesus had with the disciples.
Hey, you go. You and you, man.
I be pastor
I've allowed.
now.
I've allowed.
Dude,
I've
I be
allowed.
preaching on the street.
You'll be preaching on the street. Very quickly, I'll take you through some of the headlines in your Daily Monitor. Very, very fast.
Surely.
And on the Daily Monitor front page, police DPP spit fire over Kagezi killing.
Absolutely. You know what is so irritating is the kind of security that was at the burial and what everyone is talking about right now. I just wonder why this stuff was not done earlier. She needed that security earlier. And then you bring it when she's dead. That ain't gonna help at all whatsoever.
Not at all. Kagezi was buried yesterday in Buloba on Mitiana Road. And again, a picture there of her family laying a wreath on her casket. We shall miss Bale. That's also on the front page over here. A tribute to the great man who succumbed to cancer and passed away. Cancer of the bladder is what it was exactly. And the pictures there on page number 2 of the funeral service and the burial as well. We do continue on over here, and we have another story. Kaihura calls for overhaul of criminal justice system. There's a quick story for you to check on over here. Kenya orders more police. We talked about that. What else is happening over here? KCC ordered to pull down Nabagereka school fence.
Yeah. The investor.
The investor.
They were taken down. What does the opposition say there?
I'm not going to go into it right now because we're running out of time too much. But
yeah,
they've pretty much said the thing must come down.
They'll be fine.
Teachers in fresh demand for pay rise. That's also on page number 8.
I mean, all my parents are teachers, by the way, so I'm definitely in. We need more milk and bread at home, so we come.
And last but not least, a quick one here. Bwanika questions use of national ID for elections. That's the People's Democratic Party President, Abed Bwanika.
Okay, you know what? Huh? I do not know what is going to happen. I don't know what the opposition politicians want. Now, a national registration was carried out for, of course, the national identifications. And then at the end of the day, the Electoral Commission says that we want to use this to enable us to participate in elections. What the opposition want is a fresh registration for elections to be carried out. That is going to cost taxpayers a lot of money. But they already have information that was got during the ID registration that they can use for the voting process so that we don't have to do it afresh and waste our money. Then you lie to us that you are in for the people. Dwanzi. Well, in the Kampala Sun, our favorite, our weekly, the top story, not headline, top story, television news is dead. I wonder what the rest of us are doing on the news if television news is dead. Of course, Bale Francis' legacy. He's been such a great man in that when he moved on, when he signed out, yeah, news signed out. Still on the page 1, AK-47's twins homeless. Now, in the wake of the death of their father, the set of twins and their mother found themselves homeless, and it all started when the twins and their mother, Nalongomagi Chiwesi, returned to AK-47's rented home. And then, of course, that and so much more. You'll always get that detail. And then the story, of course, about Bale Francis is right here. And then we have Fuba Food and Vibe. I'll not go on a dead. Speaking the truth is my weakness. Muzata, Etofali.
Etofali.
Well, that and so much more. Sin City is right here. And Bebe Cool in Heat. I don't know what he was doing to this woman, but whatever he did.
Yeah. Very colorful.
I'm not going to comment about that. And just to conclude it all, Okuzika Kagezi, of course, in the book at the, and then my favorite page, Sinafuna.
There's some pictures here also of Museveni giving Bale Francis
yes, the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes.
Yeah, he got that. President Museveni gave that to him. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can always find yourself a copy of the book at the newspaper at just 1,000 Ugandan shillings at the Kampala Sun at 1,500 Ugandan shillings. Of course, Kampala Sun, you never want to read it alone. And of course, this has been the Press Digest on Urban Today. I am Gaetano. I've brought it to you right here. So,
that's right.
What is next?
Next, we do have, of course, Malaika coming up. We do have some guests over here. We're going to be talking about fashion. We're going to be talking about modeling and all so much more. And like my brother over here, Joshua Poro said, it's a great evening here on Urban Today.
Insulting me?
It's an evening since it is now 7:30 p.m. But we're going to leave it there, my brother. You don't want to wrap out of here?
You want to wrap?
A wrap out of here?
Oh.
Give us a wrap.
Give it to me, baby. Nice and slow. Come on the top like a ride on the road, deal. You ain't never heard it sound like this before. I ain't never heard it sound like this. That's enough for you today.
We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back. Yes, you're still watching Urban Today. I hope you enjoyed the Press Digest by Gaetano Kagwa and Joshua Poro. Those guys always make my day. Now that Kara for us, they couldn't have preached like a gospel. Today's Good Friday. This secular boys of ours. Anyway, let's move on to finding out. Yes, today might be a public holiday, might be resting because it's a bank holiday in most countries. So that means now you need to be preparing those CVs because you need to be looking for a job. So let's find out what is in Get Your Grind On.
Get Your Grind On is brought to you by Horeb Services Uganda Limited.
Well, we always like to say here that good things happen to those who what? Hustle, not sit down and wait for things to happen. So let's find out what's happening today. So, yeah, there we go. Don't sit around waiting for things. Get your grind on. We have Chemonics International. They're still letting you know that your opportunity to send in your application. This time the job title is Trade and Policy Officer. So email your applications to recruit@ugandaeea.com. The deadline is April 10th, today being the 3rd. That means you have 7 days to make sure. Actually, always email way before the deadline so that your CV can be seen. I hope you've gotten enough time to write down that email, recruit@ugandaeea.com. That's Chemonics International. That has been your Get Your Grind On.
Get Your Grind On was brought to you by Horeb Services Uganda Limited.
And now it's time for us to find out what happened on this very same day a few years back. I know for a fact that, Jesus was crucified today, AD, after death, but it is during death because, well, that's the time he died. So, but our history today has something to do with the 3rd of April 2009, Fast and Furious, the 4th film in an action movie franchise centered around the world of illegal street racing, debuts in US theaters on 3rd April 2009, kicking off a record-breaking $72.5 million opening weekend at the box office. Well, we're in Fast and Furious 7 now, so you get it. They're making so much money, it's become a series in form of a movie. Anyway, that's what's happening in history today. So now it's time for us to find out something that makes you, wonder and ponder, and a little bit of knowledge easily. So when we say, is that so? Are you being for real? Well, in our Is That So for today says deja vu. Don't say deja vu, it's deja vu. Occurs when your brain tries to apply a memory of the past situation to your current one. So something that happened then, and now it's applying it to something that's happening now, fails and makes you feel like it's happened. Check out the brain. I like the brain. The brain now is now trying to say, okay, this seems very familiar, and I remember it happened sometime, but then it doesn't know how to link the two. So guess what? I've failed. I might as well just make you feel like it has happened before. So you're there like, I feel like I've been in this situation before. I feel like I've been going through this. Because you can't pinpoint when or where, your brain is just telling you, I failed to figure out where and pinpoint which exact time and moment this happened. So that's deja vu for you. And now it's time for us to move on to the Urban Today Sports. As always on Friday, we start at 7:30.
You're watching Urban TV.